Sammy Silvera was also nursing a fairly sore ankle as the little ball is poked through towards Mo Toure. Great strength, great finish. Well, just 60 seconds after Crocombe denied Rolls, the Socceroos were not to be denied for long. Mo Toure.
He had plenty to do, but he did it with aplomb to open his international account. The first goal for him in just his fourth appearance for the Socceroos. A beautiful ball through again, and that's just...
Singh. He's got just an old in the middle, the deflection onto the crossbar. Izzo, brilliant reflex save to deny Payne.
Well, Ben Old with the pass for Sarpreet Singh. That's when the damage was done. And 9 hours will become 10 if this is anything to go by. The deflection, or played it, it's less of a deflection, played it by Aidan O'Neill. The crossbar saves. Tim Payne with the bounce.
It's brought the crowd to life. In it comes. Old with the follow-up.
And this falls to the least preferred foot of Ben Old.
It's the Socceroos that are leading at the break, courtesy of Mo Toure's goal. It came just seconds after Chris Wood being very closely marshalled. And again, the quick clearance, inviting Irankunda. He's got Mo Toure arriving. Irankunda, still going Irankunda, brilliant play. A second international goal for Nestor Irankunda, whose fantastic start to the 25-26 season continues. Like Max Ballard, he's had to bide his time under Tony Popovic, but he's back in the squad, onto the score sheet. And the Socceroos lead by 2-0, 10 minutes into the second half.
It's now Australia 2, New Zealand 0.
Well, he didn't make the most of the last bit of space that he had, but not long after, with New Zealand's backfield opened up, the early release to Irankunda, and it's really hard not to imagine him getting him something on goal from this point. He's scoring for Watford and now maybe winning it for Australia. Beautiful on the Harvey Norman replay from Nestor Irankunda. Just players nervous to dive in lest they concede a penalty. He makes the most of any delay decision-making wise from the defenders, and then the power and the precision makes it 2 for Australia.
1950s until it was discovered in a garage 2 years ago. The first match for the Soccer Ashes rediscovered was played in the UK. Oh, as here is Wood, the chance! And New Zealand are back in the contest, and perhaps most importantly, they have broken the hoodoo. Their all-time...
Well, the ball curled in. Awkward for Milos Degenek on the Harvey Norman replay. And then impossible for Izzo to defuse from there. One of the sharpest marksmen in world football at the moment. Makes it 45 for the Kiwis. Worth the wait? Well, others can tell that, but it certainly put this game back on notice. Australia's defence breached. Hey, Robbie, with more to come.
It's the 69th meeting between the two nations. Oh, as here's Mo Toure. Stands up Finn Sermon. Toure gets there and restores the Socceroos' 2-goal lead. And it is another high-quality goal, clinically taken by the Socceroos. And on the hour mark, they are back clear.
That is Mohamed Toure. It's now Australia 3, New
Excellent goal. Probably the pick of the four so far. Great touch from Connor Metcalf, and then the way he squared his hips up to the goal was beautiful. Puts the defenders in some sort of decision making. Look at Finn Sermon. Where do I go? Where do I show him? And then he drags it across the angled defensive position of Finn Sermon with that explosive acceleration over the first 2 or 3 steps, and then finished with real calmness. Now that is expert finishing from Mo Toure.
And his second international goal, following hot on the heels of his first. Last window and starred against Saudi Arabia. Oh, as here they come again, Lewis Miller. The cutback, and it's a hat-trick! An international hat-trick for Mo Toure. And even with 28 minutes left to play, the Socceroos surely have made the game safe now.
Another goal for number 9, Mohamed Toure.
Well, perhaps
the big hat-trick. And it has
not the finish of the 5 goals, but the lead-up of the 5 goals. What a couple of minutes we've been treated to here watching the Socceroos. Again, central to this, Connor Metcalf. Look at the work he does on the Harvey Norman replay. We don't quite get it back enough, which is a pity, because Connor does a brilliant job. Mo Toure then, lovely ball, and the willing run of Lewis Miller puts it into the can't-miss territory. The Socceroos bench on their feet, enjoying as a squad the hat-trick for the youngster. 4-1 Australia.
And 4 goals in 8 second-half minutes, 3 of them for the Socceroos.
Maybe I was going to say someone's offside here.
Well, perhaps not. And it is. Offside. What the large print giveth, the VAR taketh away.
Well, I wonder if the people...
Australia takes a 1-goal advantage into the second leg after debutant Max Ballard's strike helped Tony Popovich's men to a 1-0 victory in Canberra on Friday evening. The Soccer Ashes is a trophy contested over 2 legs, with the winner being determined by the aggregate score over both games. If the scores are level at the end of the second leg, the trophy will be decided by a penalty shootout. The last time that New Zealand won the Soccer Ashes was all the way back in 1923. If Australia avoid defeat in Auckland, they will retain the trophy once more. Friday night in Canberra was a hotly contested clash that could have gone either way. It was a night of memorable debuts for the Socceroos, with the All Whites ruining their luck in front of goal. The first half was a positive one for New Zealand. Premier League striker Chris Wood had a couple of promising opportunities to give his side the lead, only for debutant and Socceroos cap number 650 Paul Izzo to stand tall for Australia, making 2 excellent saves from the Nottingham Forest striker. The CommBank Socceroos got a grip on the game as it went on. Young substitutes Nestori Irankunda, Mo Toure, and debutant Nicholas Milanovic all added an attacking spark to the side as the game began to open up. It was the 3rd debutant of the game, however, in Max Ballard who proved the difference. The ball came to Ballard in the penalty area after fantastic work from Toure. The Central Coast Mariners Academy product slotted the goal home and ultimately won the game for Australia in the 87th minute, shortly after coming on for this debut. Both sides will take positives from the game into the second leg. The opponent. The outlook across the ditch was generally a positive one after their narrow defeat. We played well. We know we played well. Football is a game of moments, and we didn't take our moments, head coach Darren Baisley told the media post-match. I think everybody saw the game. There's enough in there to go. We're heading in the right direction as a team, you know, and there's more to come from us as well. One of the highlights for the All Whites was the return of Ryan Thomas in midfield for the first time since 2019. However, the required squad management for the window was one of the reasons cited by Baisley for the team's inability to get over the line. Like Australia, New Zealand have one eye on preparations for the World Cup, but are expected to field another strong side at home as they attempt to secure that elusive victory over their trans-Tasman rivals. It's a new challenge, a lot of new faces. It's the first time that these boys have experienced the travel, having to play soon after that, and then needing to back up. but we had a training session last night, and I was pleasantly surprised with how the players moved. They moved well, they look really positive, full of energy. So they look like they're really looking forward to this game. We can only learn that by seeing them together. So unfortunately, we have limited time with these players. But the point of this exercise was to bring young, talented, potential players for the future and see where they fit in. We'll be happy either way. We have learned a lot about them, regardless of who gets minutes in this game. New Zealand will welcome Australia to Go Media Stadium in the second match of the 2025 Soccer Ashes on Tuesday. The two teams met in the first game in Canberra last week, and the Socceroos registered a 1-0 home win. The hosts have not won the series since 1923. The All Whites suffered their second consecutive defeat and will look to bounce back in this home game. They also failed to score for the first time in 2025 in the loss last week. The visitors maintained their 100% record in 2025 with a narrow win last week and will look to continue their dominance in the Ashes here. The first match of the series was closely contested, and debutant Max Ballard scored the match winner in the 87th minute, just 2 minutes after coming off the bench. The two Trans-Tasman rivals have crossed paths 68 times in all competitions. The visitors have the upper hand in the head-to-head record with 44 wins. The All Whites have 13 wins, and 11 games have ended in draws. The hosts are winless in their last 8 games in this fixture, with their last one registered in the Oceania Nations Cup in 2002. 7 of the last 9 meetings between the two teams have produced under 2.5 goals, with the hosts failing to score in 6 games. The All Whites are unbeaten at home across all competitions since September 2022, with that loss registered against the Socceroos in a friendly. The visitors have scored at least 2 goals in 3 of their last 5 games in 2025, while also keeping 3 clean sheets. The All Whites have recorded just 2 wins in friendlies since March 2023, with one of them registered in Wellington. They have failed to score in just one of their last 10 games in all competitions. The Socceroos are unbeaten in their last 10 games, recording 6 wins while keeping 5 clean sheets. They have won their last 6 games in this fixture, keeping 5 consecutive clean sheets, and are strong favorites. The visitors have an impressive record in this fixture, and considering their winning run in 2025 thus far, we back them to register a comfortable win. New Zealand are seeking their first goal against Australia since 2010, when Chris Killen scored the first goal in a 2-1 defeat. Friday's game saw Australia's unbeaten run extend to 10 games and over 12 months. Tony Popovich is yet to taste defeat as head coach of the CommBank Socceroos. There were 3 debutants on Friday: Paul Izzo, number 650, Nicholas Milanovic, number 651, and Max Ballard, number 652. 5 more CommBank Socceroos are eligible to make their debuts if they take the pitch in Auckland. After Ballard's late winner in Canberra, he is the only member of Australia's current squad to have scored a goal against New Zealand in an international. No member of New Zealand's squad has scored against Australia in an international. The closest they have come is Chris Wood and Elijah, just both finding the back of the net in a U23 international fixture in 2021.